What's up, PBS crew? That's Photos, Beards, and Sneakers. I'm back again with another video. It is Friday, which is Foto Friday. We talk anything. We talk everything photography, from the smallest things to the biggest things. What I want to talk about today is a starting point while you're in manual, or where to start in manual. What I mean by that is shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. Where do you start? What are the numbers, if you will, for those three categories? We've talked about moving into manual. We've talked about trying to be full manual, and what we can do in full manual in terms of control and things like that. Go back, check out those other videos if you're not sure on what it is that we talked about, or just to get a refresher. Go back to moving into manual. Check that video out. I want to be real quick, real brief, real simple. Obviously, when it comes to your settings, it all depends on the situation. Are you outside? Are you inside? Is it daytime? Is it nighttime? All those things are going to determine what settings you're going to be in when it comes to your shutter speed, aperture, and your ISO. Here's what I want you to think about, or here's where I want you to gauge it, or start your gauge. No matter where you are, start your gauge at start your shutter speed at 100 or 125. Every time you start at 100 or 125. Again, situations may vary, but at least if you're starting around 100 or 125, you know you'll either have to speed up something or slow something down. Your shutter speed, you'll have to speed it up or slow it down once you take your first photo. Obviously, you want to prepare yourself and not just finding a subject and saying, okay, let's just start shooting, and here you're at 125 and you just start shooting. You want to shoot at 125, and then your ISO you want to start at about 100. You never want to bump your ISO too high, but what happens is when you bump up your ISO and you're shooting, when it comes time for post-production, you're going to find out it's real noisy. What I mean by noisy is you're going to see a lot of grains, and you might see the picture is not going to be as clear when you're in post-production. So you don't want your ISO to be too high. I always say, that's why I say start your shutter speed at 100 or 125, start your ISO at 100. The only thing that's subjective in any case is your aperture. That's going to control your bokeh, or the blur in your photo. Whether your blur is up close or your blur is far away, your aperture makes that determination, and it depends on what you're shooting, and also depends on your lens. A lot of lenses, you're not going to get a low aperture because that's just not an option. So aperture is the only thing that I would say is subjective. How blurry do you want the background? You want it to be a lower aperture. If you're trying to, again, see everything in the frame, you want to bump that aperture up or turn the aperture up. Real quick review: start your ISO at 100, start your shutter speed at 100 or 1/25 of a second. That's your gauge. When changing any of your settings, my suggestion is to only change one setting at a time. Just like cooking, if you want to change the recipe up, you don't change everything or all the ingredients, because you now don't know why your food tastes the way it tastes. Change one thing at a time, and you can determine that made it taste better, that made it taste worse. That made your picture better by bumping up the shutter speed, or it didn't. Bump the shutter speed back down, change the ISO. I really suggest not changing the ISO as much. If you at all possible, don't change the ISO. But certain situations cause you to change the ISO. But if you bump up your shutter speed, didn't help. Do you bump it up again? If you're trying to stop the subject, yes. If you're not trying to stop the subject and you want to bring more light in because now it's too dark, slow it down or bring it down. Again, these things are all depending on circumstance, and so it just depends on what's happening in your frame. Whew, that was a lot. I thought it was going to be a quick video. Hopefully this helped you. Hopefully this was some kind of assistance. Just remember to start at 100 or 125th on your shutter speed of a second, and ISO started at 100. F-stop is always going to be subjective. What are you trying to do in your photo? I hope this was a help. Hey, photo beards and sneakers, do me a favor. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you have any suggestions, any ideas, any photo challenges you want to give, go ahead and comment down below. Let's start a conversation. I can help you, but you can also help me. And the other people who are watching, you can help them, or they can help you. It's an awesome thing that we have in front of us, right at our fingertips. Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Again, PhotoBeardSneakers. See you guys tomorrow for Beard Saturday, and I'm out.